Have not.
No.
Dude, look it
I
up.
will
It
say
is
my
available.
dad still talks about the Shadow, though. Yeah, and Dick Tracy.
Only the shadow knows.
On, well, the Shadow is available on Spotify. You can listen to that. But some of the some of the audio, even for the Lone Ranger, it's not restored well. So you have to turn the volume up big time because it's so worn out you can barely hear it, but it's really good. Getting back to the Star Wars audio program, Sophia, you would absolutely love it. It's so amazing. I know you can find it on CD or on cassette tapes. But if you want to download it or listen to it on Spotify, it's not available in our area. It's not available in America. But you got but I remember listening to it on AM radio in Connecticut growing up, and it was just fantastic because it was like listening to the old time radio. It's like listening to old time radio. They're actually telling you the story of A New Hope, what these actors portraying the characters that we grew up and loved. Look
I
it
have a
up.
new mission then. Yeah.
Yes, look it up. You guys will absolutely love it. You would definitely love it. But do you think that classic radio was better than classic TV? Now, Steve, I know you're a big I Love Lucy fan. What? How do you feel?
Well, okay, so let's set it this way. I'm an only child. So no brothers and sisters. I had TV, in the 70s. And so Dick Van Dyke, Leave It to Beaver, all these classic old American television shows were my brothers and sisters, and then the Brady Bunch eventually. But I started off with the old stuff. It was black and white when I started watching TV. We couldn't afford a
Yep.
color television. We had a black and white TV, and all the shows at that time, most of them anyway, came out in black and white. They weren't made in color. And so I adore. A lot of people don't know Mary Tyler Moore. She started on the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Yeah, it was a
And
spinoff.
yeah, so I love TV. I do. And radio was a little bit before my time, but I'll tell you how this relates. I would get sent to bed. This was a time when there were bedtimes and I'd have to go to bed. So no TV in your room, but you could sneak a radio in. And I'd have a
Hmm.
radio under my pillow and I'd listen to classic radio. I'd listen to the Dr. Demento show. I'd listen to, there was a program on radio called The Twilight Zone. There were like
Yep.
scary things you could listen to. And so that's when I would listen to the radio. And that's what gave me nightmares that I still have today.
Yeah, well, I mean, all right. Let's talk about if we are in Spooky Month, and that's going to be one of our next topics. But it's definitely the Whistler. The Whistler was one. Okay, on the Twilight Zone, you had the Whistler. You had another Tales of Suspense, Project Nine. Yeah, Doctor Demento was great, but that was on like 11:30 on a Sunday night. Joe McDonald says, "I think it depends on the show. I still love watching Naked City and Route 66." Um, but yeah, Sophia's like totally lost. Because when we get in the car, we do a lot of we do a lot of karaoke and recording for our TikTok that we have yet to release. Um, so it's like the classic radio. It's just I don't know. It needs to come back, and I think the new era of radio listeners. To me, radio is not dead because podcasting is just a new form of radio. It's what it is. Do you guys agree?
Yeah,
Because I was,
definitely.
I told you guys this when we first met. I was afraid to meet you guys because I was like, I don't know how you guys would feel about podcasting and stuff. I was very apprehensive first meeting you. Do you remember that, Steve?
I remember you looked really scared. You wouldn't even hug me.
Yeah. All right. Whatever. Whatever. All right.
And then you broke a chair over my head.
All right. So, second topic, Steve. Once again, you and I are dating ourselves.
Yeah, for
Um,
real.
Are you dating each other?
Yeah, we're dating each other.
yeah, we're dating each other. Yes.
Surprise.
Um,
He's just
I thought
jealous.
I thought
He's
I was
jealous.
dating you.
All right. So, Will, you might remember this.
Sure.
You had Chiller Theater. You had we had Chiller Theater in my area. What did you guys have in Massachusetts? What I mean, growing up, we had Monster Theater. We had.
Right.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
you.
All right. So
I'm not from
we,
around
we
here
had we
originally.
had a Boston affiliate called WLVI, and it was channel
Okay.
56, and
Yeah.
they did a thing. They would broadcast Creature Double Feature. All right, and that
Okay.
would you're with me now, right? Creature
Yep.
Double Feature, and it would be two monster movies every
Exactly.
Saturday afternoon, right after wrestling, right after classic wrestling, my friend.
Yes. Okay. So in my area, growing up in Norwalk,
So
Connecticut,
and the big things then were yeah, yeah.
Lewis Rose is stepping out in what? Lewis stepping out in Rose again.
What?
What, Joe? What are you talking about? Rose
That
is in
makes
the
no
other
sense.
room. I
Yes, channel.
yes, channel 56, Karen. All right, so in Norwalk we had Chiller Theater, which is the same thing that went into WWF wrestling, but the opposite side. Yeah. So, but what I want to know is what happened. When did we stop calling what we called it as monster movies? Because it was always monster movies
Mm,
all the way up until I'm going to say the late 80s, early 90s.
mm.
And then all of a sudden the genre changed to horror, or now I don't even know what it's called.
Right. So
And
it was easy, right? Yeah, slasher films. I don't know where it's gone either. To be honest with you, I don't know what it's called. But so let's trace it for a second here. You start off coming out of radio. It's all monsters. It's all mysteries. It's all detectives. Put a guy in a creature from the Black Lagoon suit in a movie, especially a black and white movie,
mhm.
and pull it off, right? But as definition gets
Oh,
Uh-oh.
we keep losing the
anymore.
guy.
So
Okay.
special effects have got to get better. They've got to keep up with the definition of the camera, right? And I think where did we make the jump from monsters to blood, right? Uh,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure that as soon as you couldn't show blood on television at all
Hmm.
forever, you could. It was against the FCC rules. No blood. So
Interesting.
whenever that law changed, I'm sure is when we started seeing more and more of it.
Just like we can't swear
Okay.
on the radio.
Just like we can't
Dingleberry.
swear on
Dingleberry.
radio.
Dingleberry.
Well, even with, I mean, Kojak the Night Stalker, which was a fantastic show, which I think if it was released today, it would have been a bigger hit than what it was. But back in the 70s when Kojak first came out, it was so obscure. People didn't watch it. It only has a small cult following.
I'm
It,
one. I love it.
I know, isn't it fantastic? But
I
yet,
still have
then,
nightmares from it. There's one particular episode, Lewis, where you hear the clanging and the banging from the basement, and the thing
yep,
comes up and kills people, right?
yeah.
And it turned out it's like a guy it's a ghost in a suit of armor. My radiator in my bedroom made that noise. I couldn't sleep.
Oh my.
Really? Well, see, that's the thing. The monster movies that we had as a kid scared the bejesus out of you and made you scared. The original
I
Don't
think I
Be
just figured
Afraid of
out
the
what's wrong
Dark.
with Steve.
All right, all right. Before we get to all right, I want to touch on this. The original Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, about the creatures that live in the basement, not the remake that was came out about 10, 15 years ago. Yes, Keith Russell right there, Jacob Marley. Um, that original movie scared the crap out of me. And the girl fought those creatures with a Kodak camera, if you remember that. Hey, J-Bo McNeil's in the house.
Hi, Jabo.
recall that
J-Bo.
movie? Do you recall that movie? The
It's some,
original Don't Be Afraid of the Dark?
I do remember the Kodak camera part, but no, I don't. I don't remember
They
the
were
rest.
the creatures were pulling the poor girl through the house. They were like little gremlins. And she was yes, and she was taking a Kodak camera and like clicking them. And the flash from the camera was what was
Yeah,
like making the creatures run away.
yeah.
That scared the crap out of me. And the other movie that scared the crap out of me as a kid, again, monster movies, no blood, no nothing, was a made for TV movie called Gargoyles. J-Bo McNeil says that he remembers it, and it was freaky. Yes, it was. And it was all practical effects. Just plain old monsters.
Right.
Now, gargoyles, they found bones of this massive gargoyle, put it together, and all these other gargoyles came to life.
Hmm.
And like for I don't know where the town was, but it was some western town. And well, Ghoulies was freaky too. But that movie scared the crap out of me as well. And that was from 1978, and it was a TV movie.
Mm,
Again, monster movie. I don't
right.
feel myself as of today with the transition of horror or slasher. Movies are not as scary as they were as we were a kid when they were classified as monster movies.
No, they're not, and I can see that through showing uh, films to my kid, who is just like I show her a slasher film, and she's like, "This is ridiculous. This isn't scary." You
Hmm.
need the mental the build for it.
You know, a movie that I just watched recently that absolutely blew me away because it's not just a good horror movie, but it's just a good movie in general. Sinners. I thought that was absolutely
Thumbs up.
brilliant.
Sinners is awesome.
Sinners is amazing. It's not just a good horror movie, it's also a great drama. Like, you're drawn into the story, you're drawn into the people. It's
Okay,
phenomenal.
all right. I agree with you. Rose and I saw Sinners in the theater, but I could not get over the comparison from the original Dusk Till Dawn, because I that was one of my favorite all time movies. Where From Dusk Till Dawn was that movie was so confusing on itself because it didn't know if it wanted to be a heist movie, if it wanted to be a motorcycle club movie or a horror movie. That movie was brilliant. Sinners was almost the same exact movie. And it was like, wow. You know what? It was fantastic. I love how they wrapped up Sinners at the end, where From Dusk Till Dawn did not do that. It was just like,
Mm,
I may be a bastard, Kate, but I'm not really that. That was cool. But the two movies were so side by side, and
yeah.
I was like put on the fence by it. So, but Sinners was fantastic, but not as good as From Dusk Till Dawn. Maybe it's because I was such a huge fan of that one film. I'm not sure.
I have a question for Sophia.
Yes.
What kind of horror movies have you been watching lately? What movies have you
Oh
been?
my God!
Terrifier.
You had to do it. You had to
Yes,
do
I
it.
did.
Terrifier.
Yes, I did. I had to go there. I need to know what Sophia's been watching.
Oh yeah, no, Terrifier is like my favorite so far. Like recently. But my favorite all-time favorite horror is 13
Yeah.
Ghosts, the newer with Matthew Lillard. My favorite.
Do you like classic horror movies? Do you watch any of those? Like,
I have
What's
actually
classic
wait.
for you, young buck?
There you
well,
go.
I just rewatched. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
gee, that and Friday 13th are the first slasher films. I mean, the
So
first, blockbuster slasher films.
I just rewatched Night of the Living Dead,
the first
and
one, yes, I saw
yeah,
that
in
too.
black and white. It still gets me. That movie is so good.
Some of the cast was at Terracon last year.
Cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep,
Wow.
we had all everyone that was still alive, right, Sophia?
Think so. They
Yeah,
were
because
last
we
year.
had we had to actually have the stage lowered for one of the people in the wheelchair.
Yeah. They're an older crowd.